What's up guys, it's Denta. So I've been playing Legion Remix a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean over 200 hours on just one character since it launched. Now I've leveled every class to max, hit item level 740, farmed over 600 versatility, and helped a lot of people get their plus 30 transmog sets for free. At this point, I've basically seen everything that Remix has to offer. Sure, there is more coming in the next phases, but for now, I've pretty much done it all. So today, I wanted to talk about what's good, what's bad, and what I think that Blizzard should improve as we move into the next phases. First off, the Legion expansion itself. The zones, story, characters, and the overall vibe still feel great. Legion is still one of the best expansions Blizzard has ever released. The zones are beautiful, they feel alive, and the music is some of the best in the game. The quests are fun, and this expansion easily has some of the coolest characters World of Warcraft has ever had in one expansion. Now, ever since we stopped Sargeras, the game just hasn't felt as cool anymore. It's like going from watching the Chainsaw Man Raise a movie or Demon Slayer the Infinity Castle movie to watching One Frame Man Season 3. The difference is just so crazy, man. So it's honestly been awesome going through Legion again after playing expansions like Shadowlands, Family Flight, and even the Board Within. Heroic World Tier is in my opinion one of the best things that Blizzard has ever made. It makes the world actually feel dangerous and rewarding again while leveling up. I really hope Blizzard brings a Heroic World Tier to Midnight in a later patch too, and maybe give players something like Motes that we can use to craft heroic or mythic gear. I just love doing things in the open world way more than being stuck running the same dungeon or raid over and over. It would have been amazing if Legion Remix also had a Mythic World Tier, something on par with higher Mythic plus difficulty. That way, once you are fully geared, you'd still have something to do in the open world, instead of just mindlessly spamming Mythic Plus again and again. Right now there is a farm on the Broken Shore, which counts as, an open world farm, which gives a good amount of infinite power and modes, but honestly, I'd be surprised if Blizzard isn't going to nerf it. Another great thing about Legion Remix is that everything that you do rewards something. Whether you are killing mobs on Heroic World Tier, completing quests or world quests, opening treasures or running dungeons and raids, you are always getting something. Artifact power to make your character stronger, modes you can turn into gear, and bronze to buy all the mounts, transmogs, and toys that you want. When you finish all the quests in a zone, you even unlock a 10% XP buff, and in some zones you can complete certain achievements for extra cosmetic rewards as well. It's basically the same system as Mob Remix, and it makes almost everything that you do for the first time feel meaningful and rewarding, which is great. When you hit level 70, you will feel super weak, but the more gear you get, the more powerful you become. And that progression in Legion Remix feels amazing. Once you reach level 80 and start getting more and more versatility, you go from being one-tapped to soloing mythic bosses, which is an amazing feeling, especially on your first character. Leveling alts goes insanely fast. Especially whenever you reach 400% increased XP, you can basically run 3 normal raids and you will almost be level 80. If you've got a second account or a friend that can help you, you can even boost yourself to max level in about 30 minutes by farming the elite giants in Azshara. One of the hyperspawning spots got nerfed, but you can still fly around and farm the ones that don't hyperspawn. Now just keep in mind, this might actually get nerfed again, so make use of it while you can. So one of the things that I absolutely don't like is how alt-unfriendly Legion Remix currently is. Even though leveling alts is easy, actually gearing them and getting them on par with your main takes forever. There is no reason for modes not to be account bound already. And honestly, there is absolutely no reason for infinite power not to be account wide either. Why don't we get the same amount of infinite power as our main once we reach level 80 on an alt? It makes zero sense. There are players who started off playing a mage, but later wished they started as a demon hunter instead. But they are basically stuck on their mage unless they want to spend hours farming again just to reach the same versatility level their main has. And then there are people like me who get bored of playing the same character for too long and just want to switch to an alt to see what kind of crazy things you can do on a different class. So once you are capped on bronze and you've already bought everything that you need, bronze literally becomes useless. Now because the items that you can buy at the vendor are time gated to specific phases, you can't just buy everything that you want right away. You actually have to wait until that phase gets released before you can buy those rewards. And look, I get it. Time gating all of Legion's content was a good call, especially for those who get overwhelmed easily. But the vendor items, those should have been purchasable at any time, no matter what phase is active. Right now I've been sitting at 2 million bronze for weeks and can't do anything with it. Now if it was up to me, I would have just made bronze also a currency that you can use to upgrade your artifact weapon, just to keep the currency valuable, instead of eventually becoming completely useless. Then there's motes. Once you've got every 740 item level piece that you want, motes become just as pointless. I'm walking around with like 2000 of them, and some people even have their entire banks filled. Sure, you could turn them into gear and scrap them, but it's just not worth it for the amount of bronze and infinite power you get back. So please, for the love of God, make them warbound already. Now after reaching level 80, Remix basically turns into a Mythic Plus simulator. Sure, some people just do their daily Mythic raids and log off, and that's fine. But if you are someone who actually wants to farm infinite power beyond that, you are basically forced to spam Mythic Plus. Now even as someone who can solo plus 40s, it still gets repetitive. And like I said at the start of the video, Legion has an amazing open world. So it just feels stupid that Blizzard didn't make more use of it for the endgame too. Yeah, we've got the Broken Shore farm right now, and probably Argus farms coming soon. They will probably get nerfed, and when that happens, you will be right back to spamming Mythic Plus after doing your daily raids. That's why I really think it would have been awesome if we got a Mythic World tier, or maybe harder open world content on Heroic World mode that rewards way more infinite power. Basically just something else to do in the open world, besides running the same dungeon over and over again. Now another thing that I've been thinking about was the Mage Tower. What Blizzard could have done is bring back the Mage Tower challenges, skill them up and reward players with a lot of artifact power for completing them. They could even bring back the old Mage Tower weapon skins for people who missed them, or make new ones as bonus rewards. Now I got all of the Mage Tower skins back in Original Legion, and honestly, those challenges are still some of the best challenges Blizzard has ever made. Alright, so now we have some stuff that honestly should have been fixed already. First up, something that I still don't get. When you die on a character that you are leveling at a boss in a normal raid, you won't get any XP. The bonus XP tokens you would normally get immediately after killing a boss won't be milled to you either. So if you get one shot during a boss fight, you literally get 0 XP. Then we have want to sell advertisements. Now, to no one's surprise, advertisements are still completely out of control. There are these rats selling plus 30s, plus 40s, and even mythic raids for gold. Or as they call it, tips. There are also some roaches advertising their Twitch channels, asking you to follow or sub for a boost. Like, some people just... oh man. Now, it doesn't matter how many of them you report, these rats always come back. It's something that World of Warcraft always had to deal with. And it's just so annoying that it isn't fixed yet. So please just hire at least one person to deal with this shit, because it's annoying as hell. It really is. Now, the last thing that I want to mention are quests that are still broken, especially some Order Hall quests that pretty much stop you from progressing your campaign. This can be very annoying, and I hope it gets fixed soon. So yeah, overall, I've had a ton of fun with Legion Remix. It brought back one of WoW's best expansions, and even with all of its flaws, it's still been one of the most enjoyable events Blizzard has done in years. Now, it could have been so much better with just a few tweaks, like making modes and infinite power account-wide, fixing the bugs, and giving us more to do in the open world instead of spending 10,000 years in Mythic Plus. If Blizzard did that, Legion Remix would honestly be a perfect fun event. Anyway guys, that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Now, as always, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.